Greetings, this is Paul the Poke from paulthepoke.com. Today's topic, trend update. Saudi Crown Prince declares war on terror. We are November 29, 2017. Scripture reference is out of Daniel 11, verse 40. At the time of the end, the king of the south shall attack him. And that him is in reference to the Antichrist, which takes us to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The Saudi crown prince, Mohammed bin Salman, pictured here, has declared war on terrorism. The king in waiting has promised to, quote, wipe terrorists from the face of the earth. And here's a quote from Mohammed bin Salman. He's also known as MBS. Beyond killing the innocent people and the spread of hatred, terrorism, and extremism distort the image of our religion. Interesting. Appears to be moderate on the surface in his comments about the religion of peace, that is Islam. The prince, MBS, is the Saudi defense minister. MBS, as he's also known, founded the Islamic Military Counterterrorism Coalition in 2015. Some have dubbed this group as the, quote, Arab NATO. There are 41 countries that comprise the coalition. This group is primarily a Sunni Muslim organization. Some of the countries included are Egypt, the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Afghanistan, Uganda, Somalia, Mauritania, Lebanon, Libya, Yemen, and Turkey. Excluded is the Shia country Iran and its allies from Iraq and Syria. And this is a quote from Pakistani General Raheel Sharif. He is the commander-in-chief of the Islamic Military Counterterrorism Coalition. And we quote, the purpose of the alliance is to, quote, mobilize and coordinate the use of resources, facilitate the exchange of information, and help member countries build their own counterterrorism capacity. And again, that's from Pakistani General Raheel Sharif. He's the commander-in-chief of this, quote, Arab NATO. Now, if you're interested in more details, I have a link provided at dailymail.co.uk. Saudi vows new Islamic alliance wipe terrorists' earth. Granted, MBS is not the king at this time. He is promised to be the next king of Saudi Arabia. Multiple stories have emerged stating he is to be appointed king any day. The crown prince has found favor with the United States and President Donald Trump. The Saudis have recently signed a $110 billion arms agreement to modernize their military. Which brings us to a picture of the region here. You got Saudi Arabia in the center. Main thing is what's to the north and east, and that would be Iran across the Persian Gulf. Right there. Again, he has recently signed a $110 billion arms agreement to modernize the military, and that's compliments of Donald Trump and the United States of America. Mohammed bin Salman is the youngest defense minister in the world at age 32. MBS is also in charge of the country's oil industry. Self-control and temperament are considerations. He is known as a military hawk, and he's already engaged in a war of words with Iran. MBS is strongly opposed to the expansion of the Shia brand of Islam supported by Iran and Lebanon's Hezbollah. Also, lots of Shia. Iran wants to form essentially a Shia highway or a Shia belt to the Mediterranean Sea. And I know I get lots of comments on Iraq, how, well, roughly 75% of Syria is Sunni. Well, that may be, and I'm not disputing that. But the Shia want control from Iran all the way to the Mediterranean, and that's what they're working on. And, the prime minister in Lebanon is technically a Sunni, but Hezbollah is Shia. And some people think that'll be the next hotspot as far as any kind of civil war that'll take place in the Middle East will be in Lebanon. Iran, for their part, sees the young crown prince, that's Mohammed bin Salman, and his leadership group as, quote, idiots. Okay, so these folks are not getting along, to say the least. And this is a quote from Mohammed bin Salman. Saudi king in waiting, we are a primary target for the Iranian regime. We won't wait for the battle to be in Saudi Arabia. Instead, we will work so the battle is for them in Iran. And again, that's Mohammed bin Salman, Saudi king in waiting. If you're interested in more details, there's a link provided. www.theguardian.com. Mohammed bin Salman, Saudi heir, young hothead with ambitions is the link. So that's how the world views this guy. And, that takes us back to Daniel 11, verse 40, where we started. At the time of the end, the king of the south shall attack him. Is the crown prince the promised king of the south, per Daniel 11:40? He has recently consolidated his power. MBS arrested family members along with local authorities in the name of government corruption. And at age 32, it appears bin Salman is going to be around for a while. MBS does merit our attention considering the times we live. Now, am I saying that this guy is the king of the South that Daniel promised? No, I'm not saying that. But I will say this is a young man with serious ambitions. He's a hawk, and he's not willing to take any nonsense off of Iran or anybody else. So he merits our attention, and time's going to tell whether or not this guy is the, quote, king of the South. What is impressive is he has consolidated 41 Sunni Muslim countries, primarily Sunni Muslim countries, together, which makes me think at some point we're going to have a counterbalance to that. And the thing I would watch for would be, quote, the 10-nation beast. And where that comes from, who knows? Some think it'll be Europe. I would lean toward the Turkey Shia camp, the Turkey-Iran-Lebanon alliance. Who knows? It may be a combination of both that and some countries from Europe. Hard to say. But a 10-nation federation is coming at some point in the future, as stated by Daniel 7 and Revelation 17. At any rate, if you're interested in this, please feel free to check out paulthepoke.com. Keywords Daniel 11, Saudi Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, Saudi Arabia. Thanks for listening. Y'all take care. Have a good evening.